Hello. I thought I'd do a video on the death of Virginia Dufresne, the Jeffrey Epstein victim who was the accuser of Prince Andrew in the UK, and obviously, by his own stupidity, then went on to do that terrible interview with the media, Newsnight with the BBC, and exposed his own guilt, basically. But she helped expose him, and then he helped make it worse for himself by giving a really terrible interview and made it obvious that he was lying. And she sadly died, apparently by suicide at the age of 41. There's always going to be suspicion around, surrounding it now. Did she actually commit suicide, or what was she, bumped off, obviously, as part of the whole, Epstein saga. There's lots of rich, powerful people who would have wanted her out of the picture at the end of the day, including Trump and former President Bill Clinton. Like, he was implicated in all this, and they both were, as friends of Epstein, although they both played down their friendship with him, to the media, but it was a blatant lie, as blatant as the lies that Prince Andrew told in that famous interview. And, they had reason for wanting her dead and out of the picture, but I'm not saying she didn't actually commit suicide. She could have well done so, The woman had a lot to live with at the end of the day. She was abused, for years of her life, and she had to live with that, so maybe she just couldn't take it anymore, the effects on her psychological and mental health, maybe it just got to her in the end, and she ended up ending her own life, sadly, but we'll never know. But there's always going to be, the theories out there that she was bumped off. She might well have been, bumped off. She might well have committed suicide. We're never going to know as the wider public, are we? Just like we're never going to know for definite whether Epstein, killed himself or whether he was bumped off. I mean, there's certainly signs that he was, hung. He was in the cell with this huge dude who looked like he could snap a normal man in half if you saw what this dude looked like size and muscularity wise. I'm getting onto a different subject now with Epstein, but it's still the same shit with, Virginia Dufresne, What was it, suicide, or was it, were they bumped off? We're never gonna know. But yeah, it's sad all the same, that she had to die in the end. She was a victim at the end of the day. There's plenty of idiots out there, blaming her for various things that happened to her. There's always victim blamers and idiots online talking shit. But she was a victim at the end of the day, and she didn't do anything wrong.